ooh. My phone's making noises. Oh, it's just my phone letting me know that we're live. What's up, people? What's going on, everybody? What it do, what it do? It's a full court pressure. I'm just going for the 2. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Mikeys Night Audit. I'm going to jump right into it. The topic of the day today, Wanda and Vision. As you can see, I'm decked out in my Vision style right now. It's my yellow Infinity Stone is right next to my red Infinity Stone. Oh man, to the people just listening in, I got my Infinity Stone above my eyes. It's right over my third eye. And then I got my fourth eye right next to it. It's a big old pimple about ready to explode. Mount Vesuvius looking like, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to jump right into it. Wanda and Vision. Wanda and Vision. Wanda and Vision. That's what we're going to talk about today. Because I need to exercise some demons I'm holding. I need to apologize. I need to own up. I need to stand on my own too. Because, you know, I always keep it real with my people. So my people expect me to keep it real with them. So I'm just going to keep it real with them at all times. So let me keep it real. In Avengers, no, come on. This ain't no judgment. This is purely as a person who's going to the movies and watching the movies, all right? Now I work in the industry as well. Some of you might know. So I cross paths with some of these people from time to time. I hope they can understand. I'm just talking as a pure spectator, you know what I mean? When I was born, I was a fan of movies. I would sneak into the movie theater. In the summertime, sorry, I'm crunching on these wasabi chips, wasabi peas. I got wasabi peas and hot chocolate. Is that a good combination? I don't know. We'll see if I throw up all over the live. But when I was younger, my father would go to work. He would stash little $20 bills around the house just in case we needed something, I needed something, order some food, or if there was some kind of emergency, we need some cash or whatever when I was young. So what I would do was I would take those $20 in the summertime when I had nothing to do. I would get my little behind on a bike and I would ride up to the movie theaters over in Assembly Row. It's not there anymore. Well, there is a movie theater in Assembly Row, but there was an old school movie theater over in Assembly Row in Somerville, for those that know. And I used to ride over there. I used to buy a ticket, and then I would sneak into other movies. So I would do triple, quadruple features and stuff like that. So I love going to the movies. I'll see anything in the movie theater. I'll see it 100 times. I'll see it by myself. I go to the movie by myself all the time. So I love movies. I love acting in them. I love watching other people act in them. I love watching them myself. That's just like one of my favorite pastimes. So let's jump into Avengers. So Avengers is filled with all kinds of characters. Like, I think it started with Iron Man. And then it moved to like Thor, Captain America, then all the movies, Black Panther, all X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. The 3 characters that were the most, I don't want to say forgettable. See, I'm trying not to be disrespectful. The 3 characters that I just could have done without in the MCU cinematic universe was Hawkeye, Vision, and Wanda. Now, it's not because of the actors. I'm a big fan of the people that play these characters, that bring them to life. But it's just like those casts are so packed to the brim with characters that we need to know and important characters and stuff like that. And just characters with so much supreme power, you know? I mean, there was characters with infinity stones in their forehead. There's characters who are essentially alien gods. You feel me? And then you got like this dude who like, he works as like he works like at the deli at Gelson's or something like that. And on the weekends, you know, he's also like an archer for the Marvel Avengers team. It's just kind of odd. Like it just doesn't feel like there's any place for a dude that shoots bow and arrows in that type of war zone. Now we move over to Wanda and Vision. Now, Wanda, power wise, yes, she could hold her own in that type of environment. But they kind of relegated her character to like a love story. Vision is like everything that we dreamed of, is wanting to see on camera, in the sense that Tony Stark makes an AI and puts it in a robot and is powered by an Infinity Stone that's in his forehead. It's like the things that this being could do is just, it just, my imagination can't even keep up with the type of things that a being like that could do on the regular. And all we saw him do was like, Valentine's Day activity. Like, I know, I'm shrinking it. I'm shrinking the value of it. It wasn't just Valentine's Day activity. What's up to my 2 people in this room? Hold on, can I click this and see? Dang, I wish YouTube would let me know who's in the room so I can say what's up. If somebody in the chat knows how to do that and can explain to me how I'm doing it wrong, please do. But you have a being like that, and I just can't help but think like, okay, so he did have that one moment. I think it was in Age of Ultron, when the whole team is inside of some structure at the pinnacle of the movie. Hawkeye's in there, he's going in, and I think Iron Man's in there, he's going crazy, and everyone's trying their hardest to protect, and it's just like the swarm is just closing in, and then Vision comes through. He's floating and all spiritual like, and you're like, oh shoot, here goes the being. And then that was all he did for the rest of the series, if I'm not mistaken. After that, it's like him and Wanda, they're just like running off into the forest together. Like they're just trying to get it in while nobody's looking. And look, I ain't one to judge. Who's in the chat? What's up, Matt Kane? Matt Kane is here. Everybody, go to Matt Kane. Yo, Matt Kane, in the chat, I want you to put your Twitch tag so I can give that a shout out. Matt Kane is helping me get myself hip to Twitch and stuff like that. He got some sponsors over there. He's really building a really fire channel. So I want to give him props because he's helping me transition some of my stuff over to that channel. So once he puts his information in the chat, I'll make sure to let everybody know. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep it 100, right? When I was first dating, when I was a little youth, and I was a youngin', you start dating. It's just like, yo, that's kind of all you care about. So maybe Vision is kind of like in this stage of his AI growth, maybe he's like a teenager, when he's just infatuated with girlfriend life and just he doesn't want to chill with his boys. I know they're fighting, saving the planet, but I just want to go and eat crumpets and drink tea and find croissant shops with you, babe. That's all I want to do. Meanwhile, he got an Infinity Stone in his head, like one of the most powerful things that we know about in this universe. My homie got it in his forehead. And all he wants to do is go to Krispy Kreme with his shorty. He wants to go to Kelly's roast beef. He wants to go to Boo's Philly cheesesteak with his shorty, get a large fry, and then get a Philly cheesesteak with the steak well done, provolone cheese, peppers, hots, mushrooms, no cheese whiz, because that's disgusting. That's what he's doing with his girl. Meanwhile, we got aliens in New York City just they're just destroying everybody, creating all kinds of portals and stuff. Like, if I was in New York, I'd lose my mind. What's going on? Things are exploding. What do we do? Where's Vision? Oh, him and Wanda are over at a drive-in movie theater over in upstate New York somewhere. Huh? So I just wasn't feeling like their characters to me just weren't compelling enough, not because of how they played them, but just because of the placement and just how crowded and packed that whole cast was. I mean, you could feel that they were trying to find storylines for Bruce Banner. You could feel that they were trying to find storylines for some other characters too. They're just trying to pack it all into one place. So in steps WandaVision. I'm sitting here at the crib like, why are we making a TV show following two of the least important characters in this whole MCU? Like I could I could almost, hold on, what are these dudes' names? Hold on, I'm gonna look up these dudes' names. I know this is annoying because the typing sound. Avengers. What's it called? Dang, what's that dude's name? What's that Avengers name that Tilda Swinton taught him? Doctor Strange. There we go. Because I want to get these cast members right here. I want to make sure I'm saying the right people's names. Full cast and crew, Doctor Strange 2016. All right, so yeah, Tilda Swinton was the ancient one. All right. Mordo, which was Chiwetel, he was Mordo, and then that where was that other guy? Oh, and Benedict Wong, whose character's name is Wong. That's interesting. Did they name him Wong and then hire someone named Wong, or did they hire someone named Wong and then name the character Wong, or was that just a coincidence of the universe? That's going to be really interesting. I hope everyone in the MCU answers for that. Oh, I gotta get my Infinity Stone working. But I would almost rather watch a TV show with Wong and Mordo as like a buddy, like some buddy sorcerer cop show, than to watch Wanda and Vision. What are they gonna do? We're gonna watch them go to like plaster making class and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be defenders of the world, i.e. the universe, the galaxy, all that stuff. So I'm just not feeling it. I didn't even get, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be straightforward. I didn't even give the show the time of day. I didn't look it up. I didn't see what people were saying about it. I heard people going like, man, like I've had enough of this. What's going on? Like, how come it's taking so long to get out of this TV show, all this stuff? I was like, I'm not messing with that at all. But then I had a podcast with my boy Andrew. This podcast is called The Crew Was Drew. So look that up on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. We were talking about TV on there. He told me I have to watch WandaVision. I have to watch WandaVision. And the only way that he could get me to agree to watch WandaVision is if he agreed to watch one season of Jersey Shore. He's never seen Jersey Shore. So I know his wife is going to be happy about this. So he agreed to watch one season of the Jersey Shore, which I believe is probably top three or five all-time reality shows. That's going to be actually another episode when we talk about the top reality shows, because there's some really good ones when you think about it. So he made me agree to it. I sat down to watch this show, and I have to tell you right now, this show is fire, yo. This show is Waka Flocka Flames. WandaVision. And let me tell you how good this show is. The title of the show is WandaVision. Like, that's dope. It's Wanda, it's Vision, but the show is Wanda's Vision. I mean, I ain't trying to, no spoilers. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm already on my second watch of the show. So if you haven't seen the show yet, spoiler alert. Hang up the podcast now, close it, throw your computer out the window. I'm about to be talking all kinds of crazy. So it is what it is. Enter at your own risk. But the show is called WandaVision, and it's WandaVision. You know what I mean? I know I'm a nincompoop, but I just put the Infinity Stone on my forehead, so now it's all starting to click. So you got to give me some time. But the show is like, it's not action oriented, which I guess you can imagine from the two people that are in it. So it's not like an action thing. It's more of like a drama, kind of suspense, crime unfolding type of thing. But god dang, that show is good. That show is really good. Actually, in fact, and it might be too late for me to say this. It might be like late at night. I might be sleep deprived, but For me, that might be Disney's most creative project in the MCU situation. Neil deGrasse Tyson over here. Y'all know the gif. Y'all know the gif where he's like, to people listening in, you know it. That's how I feel. I think it might be the most creative piece that Disney put in the MCU. It's just because it's like everything from the title to the style of the show. It moves through the eras and the generations of television, and really it really shapes not just how it looks. It really shapes how they communicate in those eras. Also, the type of television. Not just how it looked, but how the people acted in the shows. That's how they acted too in each generational shift, which I thought was really slick. And they didn't overdo it. Like they just did it in a way where it just made sense for the time period and just to serve the story. And then they moved on. And I thought it was excellent. And let me get to this cast real quick. So Vision is played by Paul Bettany. Excuse me if I'm saying the names wrong, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do my something y'all got to know about me. Deontay knows this about me. My memory is just like, it's not whack, but it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? I see so many movies. I watch movies all the time, and all I can really say sometimes is like, yo, dude with the dog, he was going over to meet Shorty over at the store. And they're like, you talking about Training Day? And I'm like, yes, Training Day. Like, it's hard for me to remember names and stuff like that sometimes. So I usually go by how I feel and talk about characters and people by the impression that they made on me. But Elizabeth Olsen, I actually met her once. She came into my restaurant in LA. Fantastic person. She's got a great, just a great energy about her. Super, super awesome person. But Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, murder. Absolutely murder. They killed this, man. Their chemistry together is fantastic. I was really impressed with the both of them, but in particular Paul, with how he was able to, he kind of kept his traditional style of acting, but made it work with the time period of the different shifts that the show was going on. Now, for those that have seen the show, it goes from like the 60s to like the 70s. I think it hits the 80s. Does it hit the 80s? I think it hits the 80s. Or maybe it stops in the 70s. But which is even doper because his character doesn't even really realize what's going on. So everything's very subtle. Everything's very subtle. I think he did a fantastic job. It was interesting to see him not in a cinematic form, but to see him in a television form playing that character, especially with all the get up and stuff like that. Because I could see that feeling corny in like a TV show setting with the way he looks with his makeup and his like metal exterior and stuff like that. But like he just brought the heat. Absolutely. He nailed it. Him and Elizabeth Olsen they have a really great chemistry together. And Elizabeth Olsen was killing it too. You know, she's playing this character that's like kind of going a little bit insane. She's going out of her mind some. She's trying to keep it together. She's trying to run everything. Like she's got a lot going on behind her eyes, you know, that she's not talking about in the show, because half of it she knows she's in control of, and then the other half of it she realizes a lot of things are going on that she can't completely explain, and she's trying to keep tabs on all that. And she just did a fantastic job. She did a fantastic job. The two of them, I'm loving it. Now, Catherine Hahn. Come on, girl. Make sure that's the right girl. Yep, I'm zooming in. Catherine Hahn. The star of the show. The star of the show. I mean, she's very funny. She's spot on with all of the hilarious with the colloquials of the time periods. She said something, it's going to be a gas. She left the fucking... Yo, she is hilarious, man. I'm telling you. And she plays a solid, spoiler alert. She plays a solid... Yo, this is all spoiler, Matt Kane. So if you're listening in, I'm going to need you to... Hey, what's up to whoever just joined, number 3? She plays a fantastic, spoiler alert, Wanda and Vision, spoiler alert, number 3, whoever just joined in, number 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, you've got enough time. She plays an excellent villain. Excellent villain. Excellent villain. And you know what? On the second watch through, I'm like halfway done with the second watch through, even more excellent villain. Like you can tell in the scenes in the early scenes, especially in the first episode, you can tell like Wanda is low-key controlling everyone, which we all know that. Now she acts like she isn't because part of her doesn't really realize that she's doing what she's doing, but then the other part of her that does realize she's doing what she's doing is just trying to keep things going, keep the facade going. So she acts like oh my gosh, oh no, she acts like she doesn't really know what's going on, but she knows what's going on. But you can tell with Catherine Hahn's character, who was let me get her character name, so I'm calling her the right one, Agnes. It says Agnes / Agatha Harkness. Oh, okay. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure she's got some kind of comic book connection. But you can tell by the way Agnes plays her character, like every time she's in a scene, she's controlling the pace. She's setting the pace for the scene. She's making decisions that Wanda now has to find her way out of. And in mostly all the other scenes, Wanda's in control, like nothing really happens without her okaying it. And when it does, she just kind of flips things and does some weird tape thing, which I'm still trying to figure out what that's all about. But Agnes comes through and she's always controlling. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. We're going here, we're going there. And you'll see later on as you get to the end of the show, she sprinkles in a lot of wrenches in the game. But she was just hilarious. She's very devious. She has a strong presence when she's acting like the witch. I'm just gonna be completely honest with y'all. I'm just completely shocked. I'm totally shocked. Christina Bouchard, what's up, girl? She's spelling it with a Y too. What's going on, Christina? I got 2 people in the chat. This is a first. This hasn't happened yet. Actually, I had 1 person in the chat when I was on Twitch, but this is the first time I had 2 people in the chat since I started my podcast. I just wanted to say thank y'all so much for believing in me and giving me an opportunity to survive. I'm here for the party. Hey, holla. I hope you bought some potty favors. You know what I'm saying? No, sir. This is YouTube. The algorithm. Come on, y'all. Let's stop talking about drugs. It's the algorithm. We got to be careful with the algorithm. So I just watched that show, and the last episode ended, and I sat there looking at the last episode, and I said, did Disney really did this? It's creative. It's fresh. It keeps you on your toes. There's some twists and turns in there that honestly did jar you a little bit. Like I think the Agnes reveal for me was exquisite. Homie with the bees. I don't know exactly what Homie with the bees was doing. I guess they're going to take care of that in the next season, which is kind of a bummer that they would have like some things undone and end a whole season. I hope they don't wait 5 years to drop another season, but when I look at like the Thor movies, Captain America movies, Iron Man, Spider-Man, I like the first one. The second one was like Guardians. Total respect. My man Star-Lord is the realest one in the entire MCU. The realest one in the entire MCU. I will, I gotta give it to. I was talking to Matt. I gotta give Guardians of the Galaxy some. I was about to say some competition, some props. I think Guardians might be my favorite. I'm sure Guardians is my favorite of the storylines in the MCU. Definitely Guardians. I think they handled them fantastic. I think both of those movies were great. I had a great time with both those movies. So I would say maybe those movies are probably, I might put them in the number 1 spot in terms of creativity for the MCU. I did really like Doctor Strange's. I didn't like Doctor Strange the movie that much, but I liked the sequences in Doctor Strange, like the Tilda Swinton sequences, like when she was bringing Homie through a couple different dimensions. That was trippy, and that was really visually stunning, especially if you're on mushrooms. I'm just playing YouTube. It's the algorithm. I'm just playing YouTube. But outside of those two, in terms of creativity, WandaVision was even way more creative than like Mandalorian or anything like that. Mandalorian was cool, it's a nice watch, but WandaVision. And I never thought I would say this. There's really no action. There's really no fighting like that. It's essentially just a drama. Like, I don't know why I'm feeling it so much, but I am. So I just wanted to impart that to y'all. I had to get up on this soapbox and apologize because over the years, I've talked a lot of trash about, not a lot of trash, but, I talked some trash about Vision and Wanda because I just didn't understand their place in the MCU. And to be quite honest, maybe they still shouldn't have been in the MCU, but I understand that they kind of had to set that stage to make the show have some relevance. Oh, also, something that the show did do to have, speaking of having relevance, that I thought was excellent was they showed people. I didn't even get to the first episode, couldn't get into it. Well, I mean, you missed out. Christina said she didn't even get through the first episode. She couldn't get into it. I mean, that's sad. Like, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. Like, that's sad. You missing out on some fantastic content because you didn't quite grasp the whole joke. That's like someone going, "Let me tell you a joke," and you go, "All right, let me hear this joke," and you go, "Knock, knock," and they go, "I've had enough," and you leave. You didn't even. Every first episode has to start kind of basic, like all first episodes go. You gotta tell a certain breadth of the story. You have to be very strong-handed with the genre. You have to be very strong-handed with the themes that you want to, because that's the intro. You're setting the stage for the rest of the piece. But once you get to episodes 2 and 3 and 4 is when they start to really play with their style and stuff like that. That's when all the characters who aren't forced into that first episode, now they're presenting themselves at times when it makes sense. So I'm telling you, you get to episode 3, you're going to be wanting to see episode 4. When you get to episode 5, you're going to want to see episode 8. But they also talked about the blip, which I thought was interesting. They showed a very small piece of how people handle the blip, like the post blip. I don't like that they called it a blip. I think they should have called it like the halfsies. They should have called it the Thanos halfsies. That sounds way more disastrous. But they so it was interesting to see the blip stuff and how people dealt with the blip, and to gain that little bit of context to see what was going on in the MCU when that was happening. But yeah, that show is good, and I gotta give it props because I talked my trash, and I'm a man of my word, so I gotta if I did that in error, which I believe I did, I have to stand on that. So everybody got to go out and watch some WandaVision. And if enough people go and watch WandaVision because of me, maybe Apple will put me in something. Apple? I'm talking about Apple? Disney. That's what I meant to say. Maybe Disney will put me in something fly. So I want to know what y'all think about WandaVision. If y'all liked it, Christina obviously didn't. Is Matt still here? I don't know. I can't tell. He didn't give me. Yo, Christina, are you watching? If you are watching, drop y'all's Twitch so I can give them props before I end this, because I'm about to end this right now. It's been a while since I did a video. I'm still getting used to hey, Matt, drop your Twitch name, Matt, if you're still here. I'm asking you, son. Don't be telling me you here and you're not listening to me. I got my Infinity Stone in, dog. You can't disrespect me right now, son. I'll come through the internet right now and find out where you at. I know where you are. I can vision see you right now. Drop your Twitch information so I can. Nah, you didn't drop nothing. Drop it so I can tell the people. Come on, we on live television, man. We can't be playing around like this. We got to be on one accord. So I want y'all to all tell me what you thought about WandaVision. To those that did see it, drop it in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. My Twitter's Mike Cognata. My Instagram's Mike Cognata. My website's Mike Cognata. My Facebook's Mike Cognata. My YouTube's Mike Cognata. God dang it, my Twitch is Mike Cognata. If y'all want to talk to me, you know exactly where to find me. I want to hear all the comments. I want to hear what y'all think. Shout outs to my people. Shout out to Drew for his new podcast, The Crew with Drew. I'm gonna post that so that y'all can see our conversation and see us getting into the beginning of our pact, our WandaVision pact. Shout out to Matt Cain, even though I don't know, he's not. I still don't see the link, or I don't see the tag of his name. I think it's Matt. Did you see them or no? No, I don't see any of the tags. Maybe YouTube doesn't allow you to do the tags in the chat or something like that. So maybe they don't allow you to promote. Okay, they didn't stay. So maybe YouTube doesn't allow them to promote. But I think it's Matt Cain Gamer. Matt Cain Gaming. Matt Cain Gaming. That's his Twitch. Go to Matt Cain Gaming at Twitch. Matt Cain Gaming. Woo! That's what it is. Matt Cain Gaming. And Christina's is X Beautiful Destroyer X. So yeah, so let's grow the community, man. Like, I got 2 people in the chat here. The chat's popping today. I feel good. Y'all made me feel good on my 6th episode. Y'all made me feel real good on my 6th episode. So I appreciate y'all. Yeah, stay up. I'm just long goodbyes right here. You know, in real life, I'm an Irish goodbye kind of person. You know, the party's going hot. I'm telling jokes. Everybody's laughing. The drinks are flowing. Everybody's bumping and grinding. You know, the smoke in the air. You know what I mean? Everyone's feeling their ways. And then they turn around and they go, "Where's Mike? Where's Mike?" Not only did I leave, but I also like got on a plane and went to another city or something like that before they even realized I left the party. So I'm an Irish goodbye kind of guy. But why am I taking 12 minutes to say goodbye here? I'm going to do my podcasts and my lives. I should do Irish goodbyes as well. So with that being said,